Let's all count it down together, all right? Everybody out there, here we go. Time to officially christen the Morris Family Olympic Training Center and Morgan Family Arena. Count it down with us. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And what it will represent for these athletes that come and do such great things for Kansas State University. It is about excellence. And when I think about Rich Linton and what he's brought here and brought me here and all the things that he's doing, it is about excellence. It's about achieving excellence as a next generation land grant. And so obviously we wish he was here, but I know all of you join me in celebrating this moment. This is a moment for this institution. It's a moment for this community. It's a moment for these current athletes and future athletes who will continue to strive for that excellence, to make us all proud. You know, so many of you that I talked to just as we were getting started today talked about coming back to Manhattan, coming back to be a part of this. And you know, it's such an exciting thing to think about the family atmosphere that we have here and what it means to be a Wildcat.
For what they're doing with all the teams in here, we're just doing what we can do, win, and the amazing training room with the amazing staff. They're just helping us become better athletes, and then I feel like it's a cooperative event with all the teams, and we kind of just talked a little bit to each other a little bit more. So I think it's an amazing facility, and thank you to all the donors and everybody who made it possible.
Fantastic opportunity for all our student athletes that use this building. For the rowing team personally, this is a huge opportunity for us because if you haven't been in to see the athletic training room, you should really go take a peek in there because it's huge. There's 8 beds, 6 beds, hot and cold tubs. Coming from our little building over across the way, our training room was probably 12 square feet, 2 beds for 70-some athletes. So this is a really amazing opportunity for rest, rehab, recovery. It also gives our trainer her own office. Our wait staff is blown away just by, they don't have to share an office anymore. We don't have to fight for times in the weight room. Just, it's our space at our time. Yeah, I just really want to thank everybody for making this opportunity happen.
I would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to those who have made this moment possible. From the administrators, coaches, staff, and the generous donors who invested in the future of Kansas State University. Your support has laid the foundation for countless opportunities for all of our student athletes. I just love these girls. This volleyball arena symbolizes more. Yeah. No, I want to do this for them. More than just a place for matches and competition, it embodies a space where dreams will be chased, victories will be celebrated, and memories will be created. May every match played here carry the legacy of the Wildcat spirit. Go Cats!
I get the opportunity to coach. The people that support K-State are special. I felt that from the very first day I got to Manhattan. A simple thank you is not enough to all the donors that made this new arena possible, especially the Morgan family. But thank you. We are incredibly grateful to get an opportunity to have one of the premier facilities in our sport, and I believe that. We've made some pretty special memories in the short period of time that we've been here in the arena. We can't wait to make a very special memory tonight and on Sunday and for the rest of the season. Thank you again, and go Cats.
We go about 0-6 in football, maybe we want to run my ass out of town. Hey, Lauren, you're really, really too nice. You said that Ahern, the great qualities of Ahern. Can you name one in the last couple of years? No, it's a great facility, obviously. I give Lauren credit because it is kind of interesting. I never forget the one time when we realized we probably need to start looking at the facility. We walked in and there was mold in their locker room. And there's mold on their shoes. We're like, you know, that's probably not something we need here at K-State. Jim Bob, I've only liked you because you got the tequila thing going, by the way. So thank you. That's why his job is much easier with you around. So. He went up from President Linton tonight. He did a special message, and he's a fighter, as we all know. And so he's going to keep fighting, and gave him a special message. I won't tell you what it is because it's not appropriate for me to say out loud. But I did tell him on the phone what he needed to do to cancer, and that's what he's going to do. So Sally, thanks for being here. Appreciate it. I gotta tell you a little story. Thanks for getting emotional because normally I'm the emotional guy, so you've taken that off the table for me, so I appreciate it. You know, the Building Champions fundraising effort was done for a particular reason. Was we knew you all as donors, and I'm looking at a bunch of people that have helped us in many ways on this campus, not just in athletics, but across the campus. And I tell our athletes all the time when I'm recruiting them, I said, you gotta find out what's really special about Kansas State, because the names on our athletic facilities are also the names across campus. And that doesn't happen at a lot of universities. You have people who give to athletics, and you have people who give to academics. But here we give to K-State because we love K-State. And so when I'm talking to the wonderful families here in front of us, one of the things we talked about is we've given to football, basketball. But we were missing an impact on all of our student athletes. And this facility, if you think about the number of student athletes you guys are helping, is incredible. Yes, the volleyball team is going to benefit tremendously. You heard a track athlete roar. This is going to make them be able to train and compete at the highest level because you saw and you believed in our vision. You saw what we thought we could happen here and what we needed. And we can never thank you enough for this. But just think about the number of athletes that are walking every day and look, now what am I gonna do? Walking here every day and go, wow, I'm pretty lucky. And we're lucky because of all of you. I think about the mental health and how mental health is so important to our student athletes. Annie Reese, I told her when we hired her, I said, Annie, you're by yourself now. It won't be long before we have 2 and 3 people to help you. She has 2, she's gonna get 3 because it's a generosity of the Morrison family that helped that. She's got her own lab, she's got her own facility now. She said the other day, she said, guys, if you think the athletes are having a hard time finding me because I wear a mat, don't worry about it, they found me. And I think that's a good thing for us and for our athletes. Our athletic training facility, to be able to rehab and prepare and deal with injuries, top of the line, and then that facility, and the weight room. I'm going to tell you a story about Danny Cadman. And I tell this because I want you as donors, athletes, at a high level. He's worked in a weight room that's probably about as big as this. And every time he came over here, he got emotional because he saw what they were building. And the day that he walked in here when it was completed, the emotion on him was unbelievable. He cares that much about the athletes that he knew you all had provided him the ability to be successful and train at a high level. And so when we say thank you, it can never be enough because the impact you're having is greater than you could ever imagine. So I thank all of you. Obviously the Morrison family, Messengers, Lears, McAtees, everybody, ISIS, Jim Bob, thank you, everybody. I can't thank you enough. But you gotta build a building, right? And we entrusted a couple of companies that have done some great jobs